All right, guys, welcome back. We have game number 2 of JSTorm versus Pain X. This is, of course, the ESL One Hamburg 2018 NA main regional qualifiers. I'm your caster, Moxie. I'm joined with the wonderful D2 Bowie over here, and we watched JSTorm take a very impressive lead here in game number 1. So what do you think we're going to see from Pain X this time? How are they going to get back in this game?
Oh, it seems that they embraced the green band strategy. They took 3 green heroes out.
Right.
But yeah, I do think that the Undying made their offlane struggle a little bit. I hope they get a shaker. Yes.
They do.
All right. So yeah, since they had first pick here, they do get the shaker. They removed the Undying. So this is pretty much a fresh start, right?
Right.
Taking some of the heroes that that you struggled out, and you do get the shaker for yourself. Arguably one of the most contested supports.
So how does this change the tables up? Is this going to give them a higher percentage chance now that they have the shaker because he's so popular and he does so well lately, do you think?
I do think that a lot of what happened in that game was the shaker and Mirana combination. I'm not sure if that's what Pain X is trying to do here. And I'm not sure they can do as well as JSTorm did. But I do think just taking the shaker out kind of evens out the playing field because you don't have to like ban Mirana in the first phase, which is something you definitely don't want to do. So it's just, it's a good hero, and you're also taking the combination out from JSTorm. So I guess, yeah, it does increase their chances. And now JSTorm, they have to show a completely different hand. They do have 2 picks here, so I'm curious to see what they're going to try out.
Well, it's actually, we're seeing a little bit of a swap here now this time around, right? Because in game number 1, obviously JSTorm had that Earthshaker, and then over on Pain X, Flea was actually playing the Treant. So a little bit of a swap here.
Yeah, the shaker doesn't really offer you much push, so maybe JSTorm can try to do what Pain X was trying to do, just pick push and the Treant, so you can actually get map control and hold your own towers. So they might try to literally change tactics. I'm not sure if 4DR... I mean, he definitely plays Mirana, so we might see the Mirana getting snatched up if JSTorm doesn't get it. I think it's a pretty decent combo. And 4DR, he used to play a lot of mid Mirana, so I wouldn't be surprised if he played the hero in the offlane too.
Yeah, that is one thing, especially, thinking about Pain X is that a lot of these players, well, very, well, they didn't ban all the green heroes, Bowie. but like, looking over at a bunch of these heroes, right, or rather the players, they're used to playing a very greedy core position almost, right? CC and CV2, obviously. 4DR used to play mid for SG, and Laposa used to play that offlane. You've got Flea, who's a very, very greedy position 4. It's wonderful with the way that he plays it, because he's always able to, get what he needs and join the team fights. But like, this is a very greedy team, so it's kind of interesting to watch, especially the Phoenix isn't necessarily that greedy, right? It does a pretty good job in the position 5 without that much farm, but it's still, it can be played quite greedily. So
yeah.
But, anyway, so going back, we do have a Venomancer pickup, gross, and we have the Phantom Lancer. You love this hero right now, right, Bowie?
Yeah, I think the hero is in a great spot, even after the slide nerfs he had. I am not sure about Phantom Lancer in this exact matchup. I mean, they're probably going to play very differently. They're probably going to rush a Hood on the Phantom Lancer so they can actually deal with the Venomancer. I don't know. I do think Venomancer and Treant, they're pretty decent at PL. Maybe they think that JSTorm wanted to snatch it up, so they got it for themselves. I think it's a good hero, not necessarily this game, especially when you second pick it. So I hope they don't put all the eggs in the PL basket, because first phase PLs, they're always gonna struggle against counters and whatnot.
Well, like you said, maybe it was one of those like, oh god, if we don't pick this up right now, we're gonna allow it to get through. Like, we don't want to be doing that. But what do you think about this Venomancer?
Yeah, it's just such a versatile hero. He usually wins the lanes. He has that GPM talent. He can do a lot. You can play him as a greedy core. You can play him as some sort of like utility hero. I don't like playing the hero a lot, but I do see the strengths in the hero. There's like so many different ways of playing it.
How can you not like playing Venomancer?
Huh?
He's so annoying he's so fun to play because he's so annoying, right?
Fun to play?
Yeah, he's so fun.
Okay, I actually...
He's a little Hydralisk.
I thought we were friends, Moxie.
I don't know. You said that you like Necrophos a while back. I think that friendship ended.
So you're saying you prefer Venomancer more than Necrophos?
Yeah.
I definitely prefer Necrophos. Just kill the waves and you're fine. But yeah.
Come on, guys. Who's team Venomancer? Who's team Necrophos?
Yeah,
let me hear it out in chat, right? But we won't see it because it's on a 5-minute delay. But
That's true. So they do take the bird out. Very, as we said, the combination. There was that one play, right, where they actually got the egg in the high ground with the overgrowth. It was very spectacular, but they do ban it out knowing it, and they actually take the Brewmaster out. We were kind of suspicious about the safe lane Brewmaster, but it worked out quite nicely, right, with the Helm of the Dominator into the Blink Dagger later.
Well, the Mirana got plenty of farm too. She picked up that MKB fairly quickly as well. So they had the damage. They had, the capability to disrupt the fights quite well. In fact, it was very clutch. Flea just was able to get off that overgrowth during that team fight with the egg right before he immediately got thrown up in the tornado that was thrown there. So
yeah,
who can hit the button fastest, I guess, in some cases, but
that's true. Now they're gonna get the last ban here. So what do you take out? I think.
I still don't know what they want to do with their drafts either, right? Like, it's very kind of open-ended. Obviously, the tree ain't going to be able to have that overgrowth, and Venomancer with his, I joke that he's sometimes like the discount techies because he's kind of like this biological weapon that jumps in the middle of the fights, immediately dies generally too. But that's kind of like what he's there for, besides the pushing potential and just being an incredibly annoying hero in lane. But what do you are they gonna go for like a big team fight on the side of Storm? Are they gonna do more push heavy, do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised if they get an Enigma here. They took the Silencer.
Crystal Maiden.
Alright.
Frosty.
So it definitely helps the Venomancer to farm. Maybe you're gonna see some sort of like greedier Venomancer, just like farming for the Hurricane Pike, maybe a Maelstrom, and not the Crimson Guard Pipe Venomancer. It definitely depends. Like when you're playing against that Phantom Lancer, you probably wanna farm up. I don't think it's gonna be easy for them to just like push. But if they can just hold their towers and farm the Venomancer, he's a decent counter to the Phantom Lancer. He cannot dispel the ult, and it's kind of easy to identify the real one after you ult.
Right. It's gonna be so difficult, like. Because right now, the heroes that we're looking at, they're not great with dealing with the wards early on, especially if you start putting a lot of points in it. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the way that they're going to build their Venomancer, because like you said, there's several ways to kind of do this. You put them in several lanes, but that is going to become an issue early on. It's going to be very, very annoying. And Earthshaker, of course, he wants to get that Blink Dagger, but he's going to be paying very close attention to make sure that he doesn't just, on the off chance, get nicked by one of the Plague Wards sitting off to the side.
Yeah, and he's also very reliable anti-push.
That's a hero I haven't seen too much of lately.
Huh. I mean, the heal definitely helps versus the Venomancer.
Right.
You do get... There is an AoE heal talent at some point. Is it level 15? It might actually be good versus Venomancer eventually. But yeah, it just allows the PL to farm. If they send the Venomancer to the offlane, I'm pretty sure Forev does play the Venomancer, but they could play it in another lane, maybe with Bryle. So yeah, that's kind of a safeguard measure, and it's a decent position 5. It's been a while since we see it, but against that much damage, especially if the Treant Protector is there as well, the Warlock can kind of help the PL mitigate. Now this is the JSTorm differential. This is Moo playing the Timbersaw.
Oh, I'm very excited about. I mean, I was already excited about this match. Let's be really honest, but now I'm super excited.
Yeah. Really like it. Very hard PL counter. Can always drain the Timbersaw mana, but if you when you drain the mana, you're not dealing extra damage with the Diffusal Blade. It's actually quite hard to kill the Timbersaw afterwards if he's strong enough. Clear the illusions pretty well, and you have the Crystal Maiden, so he's gonna have a lot of mana to work with.
This is gonna be such a fun game for him because look there's not much for lockdown coming up on the side of Pain X yet. You do have that fissure, but that's kind of it. Unless you count, dropping the rock, which is a very, very big spell.
That is true.
But no, this should be. I'm a little bit worried right now for Pain X. I'm not sure what they want to do because you never want to build a draft around just one hero, right? To like have to deal with it. But in the case of Timbersaw, this is a hero that just eats up space early on and just becomes a general it's similar in the sense of like a Broodmother that once it starts getting going, it's very annoying for the next 10 to 15 minutes to really kind of deal with it, especially if the rest of your team is playing with that same sort of urgency and momentum, right?
Yeah, and I think Timbersaw is a hero.
Oh, okay, all right, that's a hero too.
I mean, it's a decent hero with Treant Protector. You can always break the trees. He's a hero that really deals against Timbersaw. I was going to say that if they went for something like an Ursa, yeah, it's good versus Timbersaw in lane, but eventually you're going to get super kited versus Treant and Vino, and I guess Leshrac kind of deals with those heroes a little bit better than the Ursa. So it's probably going to be a CCNC Leshrac, I assume, although they could play it in the offlane for 4DR. which means they either need a carry or they need a mid. They don't have the last pick this time. They're gonna have to the first pick in the next phase. So JSTorm, I think they're in a good position here in terms of drafting. They're gonna be able to counter whatever Paynex picks, and yeah, the Leshrac kind of deals the Timbersaw, but it's not that easy. Like he has the Timber Change to work with. The Leshrac, he has a lot of magic damage, but he doesn't have burst, so it's not that easy to just kill the Timbersaw like that.
Well, he's gonna have to make sure that you have at least set up with maybe the Fissure, followed up with the Split Earth, because otherwise Timbersaw is just gonna start laughing. He just Timber Chains himself out of any bad predicament, and that's kind of the issue right now. Looking at Paynex's draft.
That is true. They actually take the Bad Rider out, a hero that actually deals with Chain Protector pretty decently in lane and also offers a lot of magic damage versus the Timbersaw. And they're gonna take the Invoker, huh? Alright, so yeah, JSTorm they definitely need a mid, unless Paynex picks a melee mid. Then I guess you can pair the Timbersaw versus, an Alchemist or a DK and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're gonna place the Leshrac here. Not 100% sure what they want to do with that. I guess they'll obviously, the whole goal when you're doing this is to give yourself the best possible lane matchup. So I'm sure they can be a little flexible, and I'm sure they're keeping that in mind. But again, like you said, if they do anything melee, they're just gonna pair it up against the Timbersaw most likely, and just really mess with it. And that's one lane that's going to be very difficult, if not just lost, in terms of trying to get that early advantage here. What do you think JSTorm's gonna pick up though?
I think it really depends on this pick here. If they go like ultra greedy with something like an Alchemist. Weaver. Okay, so they're gonna get an Alchemist. So this is probably gonna be. Can they pick Lina here? It is open. I think this is a fairly decent Lina game. The Leshrac is burstable. The Weaver is also burstable. They could go Lina again.
I don't know if they're gonna want to pick that up again for Brile. They could also, I don't know.
If you don't go Lina, you can go something.
What if they put Brile on the Venomancer?
Yeah, it's a decent lane.
If it's gonna be matched up against ECNC.
Yeah.
The Leshrac, then you just kind of keep your distance. You start putting points in the wards. Is that a viable thing right now?
It's okay. It's okay. The Leshrac actually struggles killing the wards, as you said.
Yeah.
And you could go for an offlaner for Forev. So what is open here for him? Something that works maybe with the Treant, set up for...
I like the ambiguity of this draft. You've got some wiggle room to kind of play around with it. Oh, here we go, moment of truth. We'll go for the Alch.
Yeah. Right. Alright, so it's gonna be mid Alchemist. Kinda struggles versus the Leshrac, but very good versus Venomancer. Even though Timbersaw is a counter, the Radiance from Alchemist is super good. You have a lot of Aghanim Scepters to give away. And you have a Warlock, so this hero is not going to create pressure. He's pretty much just going to defend the Venomancer. You're fine not winning mid because Alchemist rarely wins mid anyways. And you just pressure the sidelines like we saw. Like even if CCNC destroys mid, now not only Brio's playing an even greedier hero than the Lina, you have like all these other counters to the Venomancer. I think JSTorm, they're in a good spot here. Very good draft. They had last pick. They do get a hero that deals with most of what Paynex is doing. The Weaver, I like the direction Paynex went for. They got greedier heroes, so they're not playing like a Pugna. They're playing a Weaver, which means that Venomancer is not going to be obligated to win the game by himself. But it's still, I don't know. I think that Venomancer is going to struggle a little bit with only the Warlock protecting him.
Like you said, it doesn't give them a lot of really aggressive kind of maneuvers to help really secure this lane for Ritsu. Lala's most likely, like you said, going to be just playing the healer class in that bottom lane to deal with all of this nastiness coming out from Forev, whatnot. Yeah. I'm a little worried about this too. And again, they don't have great lockdown here coming out from the side of Paynex. Yeah, 4DR is a good Weaver. I watched him play this hero, and he's quite good, but I mean, the Timbersaw is just going to become a huge issue, I have a feeling. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, what I want to see actually is we saw the Shaker and the Murana playing the offlane last game. I want to see the Shaker actually roaming mid quite a bit, because I think if the Leshrac goes for his Q on the W, it's like you can set up the splitter very easily, and then you just chase the Alchemist. You have more move speed. Alchemist has 0 armor, your W is physical damage, and I think you can kill Bry over and over again. Because I don't think the Weaver and the Shaker, they really like a great combination unless you get the perfect block. I do think you can kill the Alchemist, and he's the most important hero on the JSTorm side. So I would like to see some mid rotations. Maybe they can offset this draft advantage from JSTorm.
You mad? 'Cause I am.
I love Timbersaw's voice lines. I like the banter between the teams. It's always fun to watch them, you know, because you know these guys all know each other.
Yeah.
They're just having a good time. They're just playing Dota with some friends for bragging rights at the end of the day. Maybe a little bit of money, but
Yeah. Guess the money kind of helps.
just a little bit.
All right, so Bryle actually started with the Slippers of Agility here, so no Fairy Fire or anything once you get that quick Aquila. And let's see if they're gonna try and contest the runes. After all, you're playing versus an Alchemist.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you can
You mad?
get as much as possible. Nice.
Gets the reward there.
They're already trying to give him a good start, right? With the in-game tips too. Can you imagine if those actually counted? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Everyone would just be demanding tips and stuff. Do like this positioning here. Leech Seed coming out. CCNC. He's going for that split earth. We'll be able to get it, but Milan, the body blocks are real right now. Oh dear, CCNC might be in for a little bit of trouble. Nice Fisher though coming out from Flea. This is a very big tree though. And they'll just force him away. It looks like they've got quite a few of these runes though. Ritsu grabs one for DR and of course Lelis. But they will deprive that Alchemist just a little bit here. Did they get the bottom one as well, or the other one?
It was a 2-4, actually 3-4-1. Wait, they actually got all runes.
They got all the runes. That's very nice position. Oh, I love this. Look at, there's no trees here in the top lane. Milan, they don't want you chilling with your homies.
Yeah, getting the level 1 Qualm Blade. Pretty good if you know he's going. Usually the Twin can just learn Leech Seed, and that's what he did. So it's not the solve all problems because the Twin's still very annoying, but it kind of helps. At least you don't have to buy sentries.
Right. So I did like, you know, we did see a casual fissure thrown out in the mid lane. Some harass coming through here from the side of Flea. Like you said, the name of the game is kind of, you know, how long can we hold down Bryle? And this is one of those heroes that eventually, you know, if you're not constantly putting pressure on him, will bounce back again. Very similar to like a Luna or whatnot.
Yeah. And not only that, this is a favorable elk game. Not a lot of lockdown. And, you know, you do have PL in the other team, so the Radiance really will work a lot here for you. In terms of the offlane for JSTorm, I don't think they're going to be able to create as much pressure as they did with the Mirana plus the Shaker. So I think this is going to be a decent laning stage, especially with Lelius healing the Ritsu PL.
It's kind of like the battle of the heals though too, right? Because you've got the Leech Seed off of Milan here, you've got the Shadow Word coming down from Lelis. Gonna slow down Reach just a little bit, try to do some harass, push him off of that creep wave. Mid lane though, they do have that rotation. The name of the game was Kill Bryle, and I think they'll get it here with CCNC getting the first blood.
Yeah, really like what Pain is doing here. Very good rotations, and as long as you hold that Alchemist, it's going to be forced to jungle. Suddenly the Radiance timing is 17 minutes, not 11, and then you have a chance.
Gonna try to mess up this pull here. Does manage to grab the creeps, and there's Flea nearby though. He does have that Invis rune. They could try to go for a play. They're gonna slow down Milan just a little bit. Already got plenty of damage on him. Flea's being super patient. Falls out that Fissure. Will block on the other side though, and it looks like a little bit off there with that Venomous Gale. Lelis chasing after Mr. Venomancer here. Tree just trying to find a little space. Try to juke himself into a corner, TP himself out. Flea just cannot find him, and has no way to stop him anyway, so. Wasting a little bit of the time here.
Yeah.
Oh, middle lane. CCNC seems to be having a good time here. Just having a little bit of trouble dealing with the acid spray, but Bryle sitting fairly low is going to have to go and pop a south. Same thing comes out from CCNC here. See rotation coming out from March.
Oh, Shaker going again.
I like this. It's just as you said, right? Just keep putting pressure on this guy. You've got the Crystal Maiden nearby, but she can't do too much right now for saving power.
Yeah, especially with the block.
Yeah, there's the fissure again. It's gonna land Bryle. There's gonna be lightning coming out. CCNC needs to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage in that acid spray and from the creeps as well. Don't forget. There's March. There's out that Crystal Nova. Not gonna be able to quite connect over here onto Lee as he just hobbles his way out. No problem.
Oof. I don't know if the pressure has been good enough. Bryo's already level 4. He's gonna get a stack for himself. Like, it was a good kill, but they need to keep this up. If Bryo gets an early level 6, it starts to get so hard for Painax.
Oh, it still manages to stack too, despite Flea trying to get his body in the way there.
Yeah. Good try.
How's our top lane doing? How's Ritsu doing?
It's doing okay. It's 15 CS versus the 10 of the Venomancer.
This harass is just so strong though. Again, uses that Q.
Yeah, but the PL's
body block coming out here too.
Alright. The PL is quite good here because you can dispel both the Leech Seed and the Venomous Gale. So I like that they actually don't use it both at the same time, so Ritsu can't dispel both, but still, like, there's a lot of answers here for what they have to offer.
Middle lane looks like they're trying to get another move over here onto Brown. They get the kill, but they do manage to take down Flea. CCNC though, he's having a good time. Where's your taunt, CCNC? Where's that disco ball, baby?
One of the best taunts ever, actually. Now, if there's something that kind of pisses me off, like if you check the gold... Oh, actually, there might be a kill top. So
might be. I don't know. Looks like they're just going to pass back and forth over here. And looks like Lelis might be in for some trouble. Shadow Ward doing a good, healthy amount of heal, though. He's got 2 points in it. Now Milan might be in for a little trouble himself. Do you hear that kill coming through? Nice fissure coming out from Flea. Should be able to find this kill over here onto March. They've got that heal out, but it's not going to be enough. Ritsu, though, needs to be so very careful. He can't afford to get taken down here. Was thinking about going for that kill over onto Farev, but realizing that he needs to be alive, he needs to be hitting creeps. Will just back himself off. So what were you saying, though?
yeah, and it's just when we saw that kill, you can see that CCNC got 200 gold from killing the Elk, and March got 300 gold from killing a support. So I'm like, should that really work like that? Like, you just killed the Elk.
Oh no, Alchemist in for some trouble. Bryle trying to run away, but CCNC says, come back here, baby. I'm going to give you a hug.
Nice ward by Pain, actually scouting the farming spots there. They do have a pretty good stack here for the Elk, though. He's going to be able to farm it when he comes back.
Ritsu's sitting pretty low here in the top lane. This harass has been absolutely real. Has no healing on him, and there's no... Oh, look at this Milan. He wants to just punch him in the face. Not going to be able to quite grab him, though. Slow coming out over on Lelis. Got some tangos on him. Will turn around. He's got that Shadow Word. Now Milan needs to be careful because Flea coming through has that fissure. They'll slow them down, though, just a little bit. Still going to be able to take down the Treant. Then, of course, our Phantom Lancer, Ritsu, going to have to go run to the shrine and heal up with the rest of his dire family here. I feel like bottom's been incredibly quiet, but of course, when you don't have, like, really hard lockdown, right?
Yeah, like, Moo, he's going to have the time of his life here. The Weaver, the only magic damage he has, actually, he has, is the Sukuchi, so not enough to really stop. We're going to see Moo having a, like, he's cutting the wave here. He's doing a good job, and Weaver is forced to do the same, but doesn't really do it as well.
Yeah, he's just got 20 stacks of reactive on him. He doesn't care. He'll tank everything. Well, there's a rotation coming out here from Flea. And they'll follow up. CCNC's down here too. Tian Totem falling out with that lightning. They're looking for the Split Earth. They land the fissure. Split Earth coming through. And again, Moo, he's doing all right, but at the end of the day, CCNC has that magic damage, which will take him down. Top lane 2 they go, and they've got their eyes over here onto Lelis. Lelis trying to run himself away here on this Warlock. Looks like he will get taken down, though. It's going to be a kill going over to Forev, and now Ritsu trying to run himself out again. Goes use that Q, and it's just going to go right back there to hitting creeps. March making a rotation as well. They really want to put some pressure on him here. TP coming out. They'll be able to slow him down. Oh no, Lelis, can you get there in time? You're not going to be able to do it. And maybe he actually has to be careful because if March decides that he wants to... Yeah, there's going to be the Crystal Nova thrown out. They know he's there. They're just going to bully him here.
Bryle, though, has a lot of stacks from the Crystal Maiden. Already level 6, so even though they were able to kill him twice, he's doing pretty decently. His career here has the...
Ooh, CCNC, he's just relentless. Finds him again. Split Earth comes out. Does have that level 6, but there's just too much magic damage coming out from CCNC. He's just going to hunt him down again. Oh, and the tip. Yowza.
Okay. Yeah, the pick. You know, we said it was only a counter to the Timbersaw, but even when they got the Alk, if you can actually get those rotations on the Alchemist and you get the level advantage, it is actually quite hard for the Alk here. He has the Ekla already. It looks like he's actually skipping traps, going straight up Radiance.
Well, I mean, the good thing about, too, this face-off here in the bottom lane, like, you've got Moo on his Timber, and then you've got, of course, you know, the 4DR Weaver. So it's not going to be able to really, you know, snowball the Timber, which is kind of what he wants to do early on, is, like, really just dominate. So he's kind of left to his own devices. He is just, you know, farming up for the most part, but he's also not getting a whole bunch of kills either. So in some senses, that's a very positive thing. Oh, they're looking for Ritsu again, slowing him down. They've got 1 point in those wards now. It's going to start being very, very extra annoying.
No, for him.
It's okay, for now. For now.
Those 3 points in Doppelganger, they're quite scary.
Yeah, this Leech Siege
I'm
is
sorry,
pulled up again.
Phantom Rush. They have Vision of Milan here.
They're gonna go for it? They're thinking about it. Yeah, there's Shaker coming up here. Flea, nice Fissure coming through. Milan gonna have to walk himself away. Walk away from the tower range. He's actually okay, but they turn their attention now over here onto poor little Forev. March coming up too. Already gone. Toppled out. Milan coming forward. He's only sitting at level 5. They've got their eye again over here. Poor Lelis has just been so bullied, it feels. Nice Fissure coming out, though. Will buy them some more time. It's actually going to split them up a little bit. Forev now in for a lot of trouble. Looks like CCNC gets another kill over here on March. The TP's coming out. And they managed to get him out, but they won't be able to save Lelis. And it looks like maybe they can get a kill over here onto Milan. They had the Dust Fleet. Chant Totem comes through. And that's one less tree.
Yeah, a couple of decent kills for Paynex, but they didn't really win the bounty rune trade there. So the Alchemist, he is starting to creep up onto the CCNC network. Already has level 8, gets the travel, already has like the recipe for the Radiance. So they really need to start hunting that Alchemist. He's gonna create so much trouble for Ritsu.
Yeah, well, all that's going on top again. Like, Bryle's had a little bit more space. He's going to be able to start doing, you know, any stacks, start farming up. So it's definitely worth it. Bottom lane, though, looks like Moo going to put a little pressure again over onto Weaver, but it's just so hard to kill either of these heroes with just either of those heroes.
Yeah.
You need a rotation coming out from, like, CCNC to take down. In fact, you know, as I say that, what was the trumpet sound, the charge?
Yeah.
They're looking for Mr. Alchemist, though, and they know exactly where he's going to be, right? Because they have some wards in their own jungle to keep tabs on him, so the pressure is definitely on, but it's getting quite a bit of farm here. Again, some more pressure over here on Ritsu. Bottom lane, looks like they've turned their attention now over here to the Timbersaw. This is definitely a kill that they can achieve.
Yeah, that's the
very low on mana. Oh yeah, the Fissure comes through. They know where he is. CCNC kind of tanking a little bit of this tower, but should be able to put a decent chunk down, if not take down the whole thing.
Oh, they're looking.
The swoop, yeah, they're looking for Moo. I think they're just going to be content with taking down this tower, though, cutting off his escape route, right? Although Crystal Maid and March coming forward, he's got that ultimate. We'll immediately have to go time-lapse it off, but that's an ultimate down. They're looking for that stun over here onto March. Not going to quite find it, but they will slow her down just a bit. And it looks like they're just back off. They're content with taking the tower, cutting off some more space here for the Alchemist. Top lane, Ritsu is having just so much trouble. Poor Lelis is just using all of his money to get himself clarity to keep Ritsu alive. There's so many things for Phantom Lancer to hit and not enough time, it feels like.
Yeah, he's defending the tower quite nicely, but he's not farming that well. He has less net worth than the Venomancer. So if you check the nice TP from Lelis. Nice.
Yeah, Lelis. Oh, they have the overgrowth though. That's gonna be a very dead Warlock. Actually goes and buys himself a smoke before he can die. You know, value, efficiency gaming. But they still have vision over here. Looks like they've got him over here near the tower. Ritsu is not quite willing to give this up, but there it is. There's gonna be the Nature's guys coming out. Just a very annoying lane to have to deal with if you're Ritsu right now.
Yeah, in a way, this game is very similar to the first one, right? You have CCNC doing insanely well, but the other lane's struggling a little bit. Not as much as the first one.
Looks like they do. Oh, the Echo Slam comes out from Fleet, but there's no follow-up. I don't know about that one. Oh, and as this goes on, CCNC finds himself another kill over on March.
Okay. They do get a tier 1 mid. That's pretty decent, but they will lose tier 1 top.
We're getting closer and closer to that relic, Bowie.
Yeah. And this is a fairly good timing, you know, especially when the Phantom Lancer is that underfarmed. He's gonna be he actually is already going for the hood, I think, which means he's not gonna have a good defusal timing. Actually, no, he actually went trans, so has the ring. We're not sure if he's going hood or not.
CCNC's moving himself over. He's got Hyul. Will land the stun over here onto the Crystal Maiden. Should be able to get this kill, although, yeah, they'll follow up. CCNC now trying to run himself away. They've got the in charge over here on 40R. He's actually going to be able to walk away, and they might re-engage. Here they go. They pop that shrine. They still really would love to cause some problems here for Brawl. They'll turn back around, and they will finally get the kill over onto CCNC. That's an 8 times kill streak that has been ended. 731 over there, and they do manage to find themselves Lelis over here, too.
So very interesting build here by 40R. He actually gets the urn, and he's going for, actually already has the Spirit Vessel, so I guess utilizing his farm in a way to counter the Elk. They don't really have another hero that has the net worth to farm the Spirit Vessel, so I like it. At the same time, kind of means that the Weaver won't be doing much damage to the other heroes besides the Elk.
What would you have preferred to see him pick up? Sort of the,
I think it kind of it is the right item. It's just that since they're playing from behind, like that Weaver might not look super good. Because it's not the greatest hero on the Weaver, but it's a great item this game.
Alright, so we're about 15 minutes in here. We've got the Radiance online for Mr. Brile.
Yeah.
What are we looking at? Got not too big of a net worth difference here. Like 3.5. And then about 2K difference. It's going in the favor of JSTorm. Must be expected though, right?
Ritsu farming the jungle here, but getting super pressured.
I like this, and I feel like they need to be putting more pressure over onto the Alchemist to alleviate that pressure, right? Dota's such a weird game when it comes to stuff like that because, you know, your core is getting bullied and you want to protect them, but at the same time, in a lot of the cases, it's better to try to put pressure on the other core to make more breathing. Look at this. Milan, peekaboo. He sees a Ritsu.
They're smoking though, they're wrapping around. They do have the golem, so this is a good timing for Pain. Although this is a very late golem. Lelis gets level 6 at 16 minutes in.
I do like this pinstring movement. They have their eyes over here. There's an Alchemist up in this top lane. I'm guessing that is their #1 priority, although just look at the sandwiching coming out here. Like, I have to zoom out so much, but there it is. There's the Yules coming out over onto the Alk. The rest of the team getting into position. They'll be able to go and land the Earth Splitter. They'll go follow up here, get that kill, drop the rock, and they've got their eyes over here onto Milan. Milan, there's a dunk coming out. They'll chase after Farev here. Farev trying to run himself away. He's not going to be able to do it. Can he get the denial off in time? No. They'll take him down to... Not the Earth Splitter. That was the wrong phrase. My bad, guys.
That was a great rotation, though, by Painax. They really needed to alleviate the pressure, and they end up being able to protect the core and, you know, pressure the heroes at the same time. Nice pinstring, as you said. That means, though, that there is no golem for 2 minutes. So that really allows JSTorm to start fighting aggressively when the heroes Timbers already has a blossom.
Oh, what was that? Was strange.
Should that work like that?
I don't know, actually. Is that one of those cases where it was already in the process, so it still connects?
No, but when you stun a hero, I guess the Scepter is not considered a stun.
I don't know.
Because when you stun, you should not move.
Look at Moo. He's not ready to give up on this Disco Pony just yet. He wants to crack that Pinata, and he'll get it. He'll take him down. 40R kind of zipping around a little bit, but needs a bit more backup. Look at the Alk's net worth already, though, with that that Radiance online. Got a 10K net worth on him. It's just going to continue to go up, Bowie.
Yeah. Speaking of him.
Yeah, they've got their eyes here. They're going to try to just stun lock him, burn him down just a little bit. Ritsu's going to have to go doppel himself out. Brile's still just man-fighting him, though. Look at this Radiance in the Acid Spray. See you later.
He tried to go for the bait play, but they didn't fall. They are trying to cut the wave, trying to create as much pressure as possible, but I mean, as we said, he just has a Spirit Vessel. Like, it's gonna allow them to kill the Elk when they get the initiation. But besides that, he's not really. He's going for the Maelstrom later, which will increase his DPS.
Oh, look at Farev. He's dropping these wards. He's trying to find.
Hello.
Doesn't manage to find. Does not have detection though. So
Yeah.
will be hard to pin him down. They still look at these wards. Oh, they know.
They might be able to get the kill.
They know. I don't know. It depends on if they chop down some of these trees and find this little bug. It's gonna be okay though. He does have a wand too on top of that, so
All right.
it's a good hunt. But
Look
sometimes you
at
go
Alchemist.
home disappointed.
He's farming so fast now. They're creating pressure everywhere, and Brio, he is farming by himself here. He's going Manta. A lot of the times you see the Blink Dagger first item, but I guess he feels he really wants the Dispel versus the Spirit Vessel that 40R went for. And in a way, the game, I think, like, the pressure is on Pain-X, right? They do have, like, the PL is not the greatest matchup here.
Oh, Spirit Vessel gets used over onto Farev. He's going to have to TP out. He needed just a little bit more damage, but they didn't have it, so we'll be able to go home.
Okay. They do have the golem again. They're gonna smoke. They might be able to find the treant, but it's not really the
That's
hero
not the
that you
best hero
want.
that you want for that, yeah.
Diffusal though, complete on Ritsu. Pretty good item for him.
Yeah, it's alright. No. No, he's struggle busting a little bit here. So
They're trying to smoke for the bounties, knowing that JSTorm, they usually play very aggressive to get the bounties for the Alchemist, but they're not top, only the treant.
looks like they're gonna do their own play over here. They've got the vision over onto 4DR, and Moo is dominating. They also a little bit of scrap here in the top lane. They want to get this kill over onto Milan. He's not going to be able to go and pop that shrine. And I think even if he did, there was just too much damage. He wasn't going to be able to get out of that anyways.
Yeah, they did get 3 bounties on the side of Pain-X, but still, you trade a treant for your offlaner. And it looks like they're gonna pressure mid here with that very fat move, Team Song.
Yeah, he's got 16 Bloodstone charges up right now. He's going to be going for a minute. Should be able to take down this tower. Double damage rune is available here for Brile. I'm sure he's going to appreciate that very, very much as he makes his way over to the mid lane.
He's thinking he needs to be careful. He's so close to his Blink Dagger. It's not worth trying to defend the tower now.
Do they keep going though? Yeah, Moo is just throwing his weight around over here. They're on the prowl. They'll see CC this ward giving them away here. There's going to be immediately the Timber Chain Chakram follow up with the, oh, the denial comes out.
You mad? 'Cause I am.
I do like that line quite a bit. I don't think I've heard that one.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of silver Timber sauce. I guess only Moo is spamming Timber Saw right now.
Yes, I'm kind of glad I haven't run into silver Timber sauce. BBH.
Alright, so they do have the Blink now. They also have the Golem. This might be a good shot for Pain-X.
Do they really want to use this though on just a couple of these heroes? Like, it's only 3 of them. I feel like you really want to take down the Alchemist if you're going to be using like all that the kitchen sink. You'll down the follow up. Oh dear, there's the fissure though, and there's going to be the Venomancer ultimates. They're going to tick down just a little bit, but the rest of the team's already retreated. They don't want to go and commit to this, so that's going to be that Poison Nova down for 120 something seconds here. And again, while this is all going down, look at Mr. Brile. He's got that blink, like you said, and he's hard at work on that Octarine core.
Yeah, he's avoiding every fight. He knows that as long as JSTorm can create space. And they're creating space with the Venomancer. The Timbersaw still collecting Bloodstone charges. This game, it's only a 4,000 gold lead, but it looks very in the bag for them.
Feels more one-sided, definitely, when you see that Alchemist.
Oh.
Just checking out the Roche pit here. Throwing some snowballs at him. I'm sure he's cranky. Get off my lawn. Oop. They got the stun charged up here. They were thinking about it. We'll be able to go throw it out over onto CCNC. The Manta does get popped though, and we do have the Weaver getting involved a little bit here on the side. Some of those wards being placed down. CCNC is not enjoying that by any means. Gonna have to just retreat here, and he's sitting fairly low. There's gonna be the Yules coming out, followed with the Chakram. There's a jump forward though coming out from Flea, and he's gonna be able to go take down for Ev. Can they get any more? It's looking pretty darn good right now. Moo's trying to get out. Looks like he might be able to get out in the nick of time. That Spirit Vessel though clicking down. He's actually still alive. They'll still get the kill over onto March as he gives the dance of his people, but ultimately gets taken down by 40R.
I mean, again, it's an okay fight for Pain X, but they lose the Venomancer and the CM, and they dropped pretty much every single ult that they had. I don't think this really changes the status quo of the game.
I think every time that these big teamfight ultis are on cooldown, it's just a huge victory for them unless they get like a really big team fight or team wipe or something like that.
Exactly. Unlike the last game where the Luna was supposed to be the strongest hero in the game if they held for long enough, I don't think that's the case for the PL. So you have this huge Timbersaw just called, like, he's actually farming a nation stack here. That's how Farmu is. He's just farming camps.
I mean, this is a move specialty too, you gotta keep in mind.
Yeah. He's almost finishing that Lotus Orb. Actually, still needs a little bit, but doing pretty well.
Vision comes out from play. They're so confident right now. If they wanted to, they could just walk into this Roche pit because they know there's no huge ultimates online or available.
They have the acid spray as well. For now, the Alchemist is not there, so
well, they tried to get this jump over here onto 40R, but he had to use that time lapse to get himself away. I like how Moo's just chilling with Roshan, getting hit in the face. You know, sometimes you just need that moment of peace and quiet to yourself, and you need to get hit in the face by a giant immortal monster, right?
Yeah. And now after that quiet moment,
I like how you totally dodged my.
they're ready to smoke after the spot time with Roshan. They do have that blink dagger.
They get a Shadow Blade pickup though here on the PL.
All right.
Working towards that that silver edge, right?
Yeah. It's a pretty good item this game. I'm not sure if he's going silver edge straight up.
Oh.
Okay.
I did not even see CCNC there.
They do get 2 bounties again. Oh, they might Roche here. This is a good play, especially with the entirety of JSTorm bottom. I'm not sure they do it fast enough though.
I don't know. It's not looking like they could do it that quickly. Takritsu taking a lot of damage, and already you see them making their way over here to this pit. They're gonna back off. They just don't want to risk it right now, especially because they've got, you know, everything online.
And they have the plague. Oh, speaking of plague wards, Rive needs to be careful there.
They don't have the detection though yet for 40R, so. Well, they do view CCNC though over in the mid lane. Feels like they kind of wanted to go for that, but we'll just play it cool. Let's let Bryle do his thing. He's got that Octarine online. He's going for a Shiva's Guard. This is how are they going to take him down?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. I'm actually surprised the gold advantage is only 2,000. Considering how farmed the Alchemist is, they were able to bounce back on Ritsu quite well. He's actually ahead of the Mo Timber. The problem though is that he doesn't, like, as I said, he doesn't look like they have damage. Like those heroes are so tanky. You have the Spirit Vessel, but now they already have the Manta to dispel. They do have the Lotus Orb to dispel on the Timber too, so they're gonna have to farm. Yeah, they're going for a Manta on the PL, and they're going for the. They already have BKB on TCC, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very helpful, so that way he doesn't get locked down.
It's all about the good ults, right? They're going to need a good Echo, a good Fatal Bonds, but they have these spells, so it's so hard.
It feels like they've been really all in on these team fight ideas with their drafts, right? Is it just me? Oh, nice Fissure coming through. Again, he's very, very tanky. They do have that Spirit Vessel. They'll use the Duncan. It looks like we've got 2 different fights going on over here. Ritsu's trying to just man fight over here. We'll be able to take down Marsh. They'll go and use that ultimate over here on the Venoman, so they'll follow up with a stun. And it looks like Ritsu's going to try to run himself away. There's the BKB. They'll follow up, though, with that Overgrowth and Sleet jumping forward. They still have their eyes over here onto Milan. Can they chip him down? Bryle also sitting very, very low. If they can get this kill, this is going to be very, very big for them, and they will be able to find it. And they do take down Milan. So good fight coming out for the side of Paynex. They did use everything, though. But that can translate into them getting this Roshan, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive because they threw everything at the Timbersaw and he was able to Timber chain TP away. But even then, they ended up finding enough damage to kill the Alchemist. He doesn't have a BKB. Now he actually changes his mind. He's going for a BKB. He really needs it. Gives up on the Shivas.
I mean, that Spirit Vessel helped a lot in trying to take down the Timbersaw, but it wasn't quite enough to finish the job. And then the fight got split completely during that too. I don't know. Oh, Ritsu gets a couple bashes to the face. CCNC actually going to be the one who picks up that Aegis, though.
Alright. Okay, so the game is now even. They do kill the Alchemist. Ritsu farming more and more.
Oh, the Bloodstone charge here. Oh, actually, he was at 17, I think, earlier, right? He just had to back out completely during that fight.
Yeah, I think the hero that is actually struggling this game is Forev. Even with the GPM talent, you know, he has the new scepter, the 4 staff. It doesn't seem that he did a lot in those fights. He is an ult, and obviously he's creating space for those 2 other heroes, so he's not gonna look as well as in the first game. But now he kind of depends on the Alchemist and the Timbersaw to start dealing damage. So they're tanky, but they're not doing as much damage as possible.
Right.
So I guess that is also a problem for them. The Alchemist now has level 20, so this is a huge power spike, doubling the damage from the Unstable Concoction. Gonna be able to burst those heroes down.
Yeah, Reese is getting closer and closer to that Heart on the Phantom Lancer. They've got the Echo Slam back up over here on Flay. I don't know if they're going to try to go for any sort of a play. Looks like Frev's doing some scouting. There's a blink forward. Oh, but immediately the Yules comes out. Milan getting into place. They do have the Overgrowth they want to use. It looks like they're going to hold on to it just now. There's the BKB coming out from CCNC, and everyone's just going to back off. Moo just going to Timber Chain himself out. It's like Crystal Main. They thought about jumping on March, but they'll chill. They'll chill, and immediately Moo coming back, and they know that that BKB is down. They're still hunting here. Milan moving forward, trying to get some intel. Again, still holding on to that Overgrowth.
CCNC trying to set up for a splitter up there.
Well, the spot out. Poor little Forev here is in for some trouble. Will 4-staff himself forward. They go in for the Echo Slam, and they do manage to land, but they'll follow up with the Rock Drop. Moo has that Lotus Orb. Will be able to pull himself away here. 4DR still on the hunt, on the prowl. Brawl moving himself forward. CCNC gonna go and duck it as they try to run themselves out. They're just Yules back and forth. There's going to be that Speedier Hammer coming down, and it looks like they do manage to get a kill over here onto 4-up. He's just having so much trouble here. And they follow up with that Lotus Orb. Milan trying whatever he can to help out here. And
Like that Fatal Bolt. So much damage.
Right back down to CCNC. He's so low. He can't afford anyone to actually get hit right now. And again, 4DR still just weaving his way in and out here. Oh, that Fatal Bonds.
You need to be so careful against the reflected Fatal Bonds. They took an insane amount of damage from the Acid Spray Radius. Ooh, great usage of the Lotus Orb there.
Yeah.
I think it was like perfect. As he casted the Fatal Bonds, the Lotus Orb got used. Because usually you don't want to Lotus Fatal Bonds. They're here to get the Lotus. So great play by Moo again.
There's just so many like different Yules being used back and forth, and like moving around the Lotus Orbs and whatnot. My goodness, that was quite a fight. Just seeing all those pieces come together, it was definitely.
And it's another fight where they throw everything the Timbersaw and they were not able to kill him, right? They ended up using Echo plus the Golem, and he just dispels the Fatal Bonds, just Timber Chains away. He has a pipe now, so he's even harder to take down.
So I know that they have the Aegis, right, on the other side here. Do they still... CCNC, did they burst him down on the... Yeah, they still have the Aegis, but with everything on cooldown, is this the time where they just jump back in again? Because they know that they don't have these really big spells. Or do you just continue to let everybody farm up and just...
I do think you farm because although the Alchemist is struggling a little bit, there's so many Aghanim Scepters you can give. There's so much the Alchemist can do. I don't think they're in a rush.
Okay.
I think as long as you control the Roche area, you don't give the next.
You see CCNC like have a moment where he's like, that can't be real, right? Thought March was just going to be able to walk on out there for half a split second. No, there's a jump forward though. Bryle finds himself a Warlock. And it looks like they're chasing after CCNC now too. They'll land that Unstable Concoction slow coming out here. Not going to be able to quite connect. He's going to try to just burst as much as he can over onto Moo, but they managed to get that kill. It's going to be the Radiant Courier get taken down though. Buyback comes out from the Warlock here. Wants to try to help out a little bit. Ritsu might be in for some trouble. There's a big jump coming out from Flea, and they'll be able to take down Forev. Now the rest of the team got that BKB popped over here as they're trying to hide around here into the tree line. Ritsu, he's just not ready to give up over here on Moo, and they'll be able to stun up over onto the Weaver. They're still giving chase here. Moo is just this yo-yo of death, right? He's trying to run himself away. We'll try to slow down a little bit, wants to protect Bryle to the best of his ability. And look at it, Ritsu's just constantly trying to chase him, but it's so hard to grab this guy. He's just swinging from tree to tree like Tarzan. There's going to be, again, the totem. He's got the Lotus Orb up. Decent amount of damage. And finally, at the end of the day, Moo just says, no.
I'm just denying myself here.
Peace.
Yeah, I really think I need to praise Flea. He's been getting so many echoes on the Venomancer. I think he barely ulted in the last 10 minutes because every time he's getting the echo, just bursting the Venomancer out. He has the U-Scepter and the Force Staff, but when he's stunned, he cannot do anything. So he's struggling quite a bit, and usually you should, like, the play guards should make it very hard for the Shaker to actually get the echoes, but Flea, he's been finding the angles every time. Just perfect Shaker play by him.
Well, isn't that something that just Flea's really well known for, is just really good placement? Because for a long time he was playing, you know, the Naga Siren. That was the patch of like non-stop Naga. Oh, forever. Is he gonna make it out? Oh, he manages to get the ultimate off, and they'll have a little bit follow-up here coming out from Timbersaw. They'll be able to go land the center over to CCNC. Will they be able to get him to follow up with the unstable concoction? They drop the rock, and now CCNC, he's got that BKB. The Yules is gonna come out for a little bit longer, trying to keep him alive. Moo has a bug on him here, and they're still chasing after Bryle. He pops the shrine. They actually managed to get the Dire Courier here. He's gonna have to go use the Manta. He turns back around, puts that unstable concoction over onto the Weaver, but Weaver just gonna scooty-booty himself out. During all of this, they managed to get a kill over onto Lelis. Ritsu gonna be able to walk away. He has very little mana left here, but at the end of the day, you lose a Warlock and you've lost, you know, the Venomancer there still, so.
Yeah, they do lose the Last Strike, but it was a deny. And
he had the Bloodstone charges to spare, right? He was at 22, down to 15.
yeah, pretty decent, and also getting pretty close to. Wait, he has a Soul Booster and the Blade Mail. I guess. Oh. So, one thing that a lot of people don't know is that you can actually disassemble Shivas. So I guess he's going Shivas, and then he's going to disassemble for the Octarine.
I don't know, maybe he had something on the, I didn't, because everything was happening. Was there anything on the Courier?
Oh, the Courier, yeah, probably.
That could possibly be. Oh no. Cycling again, in for some trouble. To follow up, unstable concoction, and Bryle says, see you later.
Yeah.
There's a tree nearby here, too. Got burnt a little bit. CCNC hiding out here. Gonna try to TP himself out. They don't have that vision in time. Oh, if it was just a split second earlier.
It changed so fast. Alright, so, I mean, the game's still pretty even. I think it's all about execution in this game. If Painax can get the perfect fight, it does look like they can do quite a bit, but if somehow they end up wasting those cooldowns and they don't get a perfect fight, JSTorm, it's gonna open up Roshan for them or whatever aggressive plays they want to make.
Yeah.
So they need to keep playing perfect. So that's, I guess, Deerd's advantage. They kind of rely on execution a little bit more than JSTorm, so which makes the game very, I guess, stressful when you're already one game behind. Oh, Meteor Hammer.
A little bit of cheeky play down here. Some damage over onto CCNC. Not gonna be able to do too much beyond that, besides just say hello.
Yeah, he's pretty close to level 25 though. When you get the, I hope he gets the diabolic explosions. You push so fast with it. If they ever win a fight, you just take buildings like on their butter.
What's going on here in the mid lane? There's a lot of people grouping up. Ritsu is on the hunt. Oh, and they find out Mars. They've got a nice ward here. Fissure comes through, and Ritsu's on a killing spree. Looks like they're still chasing after. Poor Mr. Frev is just having such a rough game, right?
CM Venomancer
doesn't quite land up there. All those PL lasers are so noisy over here. Looks like they were trying to hunt a little bit. So the concoction not getting thrown just yet, but they're still looking. Oh, look at it. Ritsu finds Forev over here on the back line. The Yules comes out immediately here. They're looking for this opening. We'll be able to get that ultimate off only on a couple people. Ritsu trying to run himself out. And again, these fights are just so split up. Forev trying to just maybe get a deny off, but CCNC finishes up, and then they turn their attention immediately over to our friend Ritsu here. Milan trying to run himself away. CCNC, can he find this opening? There's going to be the slam coming out, though. Can they finish up? Yeah, they'll be able to take down Moo. And CCNC has been sitting very close to death here, but he's going to be able to walk himself away. Very nice Echo Slam again coming out from our boy Flea over here.
So many good echoes, Jesus. Like they end up forcing the Poison Nova only on Ritsu. So even though he dies, they were able to just group everyone. They thought it could take CCNC down, but Flea, very patient. Just great fights by Painax. I think the the fact that they're even in terms of gold in this game, even though it looked very grim, it's very impressive. A
Look
lot
at
of
the
it.
swing.
Yeah.
My goodness, my goodness. We do have an Ags completed now on the Alchemist. I'm not sure who that's going to, but oh look, he jumps up to the high ground, turns around, and they get that kill.
Arcane Rune, Octarine Alchemist.
Feels good if you're Alchemist, right?
Yeah.
And Roche is back up immediately. Threv scouts it out, right into the pit. And they don't have Phantom Lancer up for another 14 seconds, no Weaver for 73, and these ultimates still on cooldown on the side of Pain X. In fact, we even see a BKB coming out for Mr. Filet.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to withstand that Poison Nova. And they gave the X to Timbersaw. So
Double chalk. That's gonna be so hard to move around in, right?
Yeah.
Oh. There's still plenty of Ags that he can hand out. Big Daddy Bryle over here.
Everyone actually has great Ags. So.
It's almost like they drafted that way.
Alright. So the Aegis for Moo and the cheese.
How do you kill Moo? You don't.
You ignore him, I think.
You gotta. You absolutely have to. With cheese, with a Lotus Orb, with an Aegis, double Chakram. But he's gonna, you know, the way that he plays too. The way that you play Timbersaw, you're just all up in everybody's face. It's very hard to ignore him.
And this is the first time that we see JSTorm actually grouping up to take like objectives like this. They were just chilling. Finally get the tier 2. It's still pretty, you know, dangerous to go high ground against X with that Shaker having Echo.
They're probably hoping to get a pick off, right? You see people in that bot lane. They've already TP'd out though. So very smart move from them, you know, push out the wave a little bit, move up to the top. They do have wards though coming out from the side of the Radiant, but they are going to be able to grab themselves a couple of these bounty runes and deny them from Bryle. Dire Courier actually does get slain during all this too. What did it have? What recipe? That's too fast for me.
Yeah, I couldn't click, but it was actually...
You had one job, Bowie. One job.
I am sorry.
Fired. Mid-cast. No.
Oh no.
No problem.
Alright, so looks like they're going for the tier 2 now. Probably don't defend that if you're Pain X. And the gold advantage finally starts piling up, not only Courier, but the 3 bounties at this stage. The Alchemist just gets so much money out of it.
Oh, CCNCs get slowed down just a little bit here. They actually go for the overgrowth, and now it looks like Milan might be in for some issue, but if they take him down and they manage to get the kill over onto CCNC, it's worth it. That's a 7-time kill streak going over to Moo.
Huh. I'm surprised he didn't pop his BKB there after when the concoction was coming. But I guess he felt like it was not...
Maybe he figured he wasn't making it out alive anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask him next time.
Yeah, so tower bottom fall. Oh.
I'm not sure. I guess, you know, a little bit of split push, a little bit of distract, because now they can go and they can hit this top tower because everybody's bottom. They wanted to. Not sure if they want to, but...
It definitely feels like the Forever Venomancer has been a distraction the entire game. Like, he died 8 times, but it just felt like it allowed the other heroes to play free farming the entire game.
Yeah, that tasty bait for sure. Tower's gonna go down. I'm not sure if they still want to go and engage on this. Yeah, CCNC just gonna try to burn down the wave. Flea being very patient. They've got the unstable concoction up and they'll turn back around. It's like they're gonna try to throw it over here, but follow up. BKB gets popped by Bryle. They'll be able to just melt Crystal Maiden. Bryle still looking for that perfect target. Finds himself that Ritsu as he tries to run himself out the go, and they'll use that Echo Slam. Follow up with a Fissure. They're just gonna stun lock him. They even go and they drop the rock on top of him as well. Moo's still alive here. He's got himself a Scythe of Ice complete. He's got an Aegis too. He's got that cheese. Out gonna buy back. He's seeing that, you know, they're used everything in the kitchen sink. Moose somehow still alive after all is said and done. What is going on here, boo-boo? It's like they're gonna go throughout the Fissure. Bryle still here. He's ready to fight. He wants to find anyone, but the unstable concoction will just end up landing on him himself. He tries to go for that Manta dodge. Not gonna be able to do it. Can you believe Moo right now? After all is said and done, after everything gets thrown on him, he is just absolutely fine.
He's so far.
This Timbersaw is officially, like, already a problem, but, like, now still has that Aegis, still has cheese. He's loaded.
Yeah, but they did open a win condition right there with the buyback on the Alchemist without being able to get anything. If they actually kill the Alchemist again, which didn't fail, it looks like the Timbersaw is way tankier than the Alch. So if they take the Alchemist down, I mean, they can't really kill Mu, but can he really defend without the Alchemist? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I feel like double chakram does so much, right? Like, you have to fight through that, and you're just throwing them out left and right. You've got Plague Wards as well to hold, like, high ground. Like, they might be able to take, like, a tier 2, but I don't know if they could go, like, really high ground without getting, like, some sort of pick off, even if the Alch is down.
Yeah, yeah. But if they take everyone down besides the Timbersaw, I don't think they're gonna be able to do much. Especially, they don't really have any. I mean, the PL is a melee hero, but Lashar can actually do damage to the tower without, even if they chakram the tower, he can be outside dealing damage.
That's true.
With
They don't have a way to really. I mean, they've got. yeah, that is a good point. That and like Monkey King ulti, right? It's just like impossible to. That is a man that's prepared right there.
All right, the counter to the strategy.
The highest level of Dota 2 graphics. You see all those fish swimming in the river and all the bugs crawling all over the ground, right?
All right, so Ritsu, level 25, gets the Doppelganger, has the heart, so very hard to bring down now. Even the Weaver ended up getting the MKB, so actually doing quite a bit of damage now.
Yeah, more damage online for them for sure. Just hard because again, Mu is just so incredibly farmed and tanky. The Alchemist, has a lot of ways to survive. They just really have to just fully ignore Mu, and then they put everything over onto Brawl. Poor Forev too, again, has just been like this little tasty bait the entire game. Like I said, early in the draft, it's kind of like a discount techies. It's a biological weapon that jumps in the middle of everyone and immediately dies.
Yeah, at this stage, he even buys the blink. He just wants to blink in out, be sure that he can contribute to the team fight.
I mean, that's what he's there for, right? At this point in the game, you either push towers or you just try to slowly burn everyone to death.
Yeah, and it does look like PayX wants to smoke. They have a smoke here on the Warlock. I think this is their last one. Maybe just waiting for something. Let's see their items here. Are they smoking? Very interesting positioning here.
They're thinking about it. Maybe a little undecisive. Indecisive? Undecisive? Indecisive, I believe is the right term.
Okay.
Who was that? I was talking with KP earlier, and he was like making up his own words, and I had to keep saying, I'm like, KP, that's not a word. You're an Englishman. How do I know English better than you? He's like, just roll with it, Mox. I was like, all right, all right.
Like, you can invent words. I will always roll with it.
Alright, smoke on smoke action here. Now they jump forward. They've got their eyes over here immediately. Tiny little piggy coming out here for Leshrac. CCNC has to pop that BKB. There's the rocketing drop, the hover in the background. The buyback comes out immediately from the Warlock. They still have their eyes over here, and there's just chakrams left and right. They're trying to ignore Mu. They've got their eyes over here onto left. They'll be able to get that kill now for DR. Again, they jump forward. They drop the rock. They've got their eyes over here onto Milan. They'll take him down. They've got the Lotus Orb up. He's looking for that opening here over here with Mu. Throwing out chakrams left and right. Bryle just kind of taking a nap over here. There's going to be the buyback coming out from the tree and wants to make sure that he can keep everybody alive. They've got that Spirit Vessel over here, and it looks like they're just going to back themselves out here.
Once again, it just looks like PayX. It doesn't look great for them, but they always get good fights. I think every fight is gonna there was a clutch Echo Slam, and they might be able to get more here.
Still very hard to take down. But look at Bryle. They want to go in on this. They'll be throwing in Mu immediately. They'll turn back around. They've got their eyes over here. Can they get the kill? No. They'll turn around. They'll get a couple hits done over here. Lelis just fought back. He can't afford to die again. It looks like he's actually going to make it out. The Spirit Vessel coming through. And they're still giving chase. Mr. Mu still alive and kicking. It looks like Bryle's in for some trouble, though. He will get taken down. No buyback over on this Alchemist for 122 seconds. They'll lose just a little bit more.
This is looking grim. They have double catapult and the talented Lashrac. This is going to be 2 minutes with no Alch.
That's pretty scary right now, for sure. We'll right through that chakram. Oh, 40R. Does have that time lapse up. Milan trying to push out just a little bit here. Try to split off these waves, but they're not going to go full high ground just yet. They're buying a little bit more time here for
Oh, nice blink away.
Alchemist. Oh, do they have spawn? Do they see him? Yeah. Uh-oh, Milan, you're in trouble because they have a gem. You're not going to be able to hide yourself away. Does have that overgrowth if he wants to pop it, but I don't think he does. He cancels it out. Actually goes in. They've got this TP coming out here from Moo, and then you've got the Venomancer, and they're now on the prowl. Moo throwing his body at everybody right now. Does a decent amount of damage to Ritsu. They're not going to be able to go and land that split earth. He's going to just yo-yo himself back in. They've got that sheep stick. There's like no mana left over here on this Phantom Lancer. It's looking really scary right now. Ritsui's going to try to blink himself forward. They get a little bit more poison coming out here from Forep. Can they get this kill? Moo just relentlessly takes him down. It's 1,000 gold going over to Mr. Forep. He needed that so bad. Look at him. He's loaded now. He's so rich. He's so wealthy. And again, they had this alchemist down for 120 something seconds, and
I think it was kind of a misplay by Painax. They started chasing the Treant. I don't think that was necessary. They could have taken the tier 2 easily there, and you could see that they poisoned Nova no one because JSTorm, they were like, okay, let's just waste everything here. As long as the alchemist is up, we know we can take the Roshan, we know we can defend our towers. So I guess they were it was kind of a misplay by Painax. They're chasing. It's still pretty even game, but I think they would be able to take more out of the map if they just push forward. And now Roshan will respond.
I mean, that's does Moo have like a passive ability about taunting or something? Like he just throws his body in and immediately everyone kind of changes their mind. They're like, oh yeah, we have to get this guy. Let's get rid of him. He's so annoying. I mean, they still managed to find themselves, another opening over for kills, but
Speaking of Moo, he's rogue.
okay, this is gonna be a big fight, I think. If they can get in that pit, we have Echo Slam. We've got a Blink Dagger over here on Mr. Flea. Lala's getting to position. He also has himself. Oh, they're looking. They're thinking about it. They blink someone out of the pit. Moo's still in there. Moo doesn't care. He can stay there for days. But CCNC might be in for a little bit of trouble. They do spot him out. Lelis standing nearby. He goes. He drops that rock. And again, they only managed to hit it over onto Moo. CCNC in a lot of trouble here. Lelis in trouble as well. He's trying to juke himself away here. Throws out that Shadow Word, trying to keep him alive. Will be able to actually take him down. There's going to be a big slam coming out. And again, though, it's just Moo. Like, what are you going to do to this guy? He's just taking this stuff like a boss. He's trying to run himself away. And Moo gets himself a double kill. Reaches in the pit, though. He wants this Aegis. He wants it right now. And it looks like the Dire's going to be able to get it. Ritsu grabs himself the Aegis, but it's just so much other nastiness here in the pit. The buybacks come out. CCNC manages to get himself a kill over here onto March. He's going to come right back up again. Ritsu, he's on the prowl. Where's the rest of the team here? They find them Brile. They just stun him up, and Ritsu coming forward. There's going to be the Fissure as well. Enchant Totem, and that's a double kill. Brile's down for 98 seconds. And they managed to get themselves an Aegis and just get a very, very nice fight.
All right, so 90 seconds with no Alchemist. They still have the Timber Saw, but look at the towers now when CCNC uses the W. It's so much damage. I don't know. I think this might be a lane of barracks.
I think so too, because I think they need the Alchemist up. Oh no, Moo. Well, there's going to be the match. They're going to be able to go throw off that poison now before Staff comes out. Moo trying to run himself away, sitting very, very low. He needs a little bit of help from his friends, but no. Phantom Lancer says you're not going anywhere. And now it looks like we're going to lose someone else. Milan's going to get taken down. Timbersaw immediately coming back forward again, starting to push them out of the base. And again, they haven't actually managed to take this tower just yet. Moo just throwing out chakrams left and right. And look at it. They're not willing to go there because CCNC ticking down so hard right now.
Oof. All right, so yeah, they do defend, but they force the buyback on the teamer. There was a refresher shard there, right? Did anyone pick it up?
I don't know. Let's find out. So, yep, there is one on Flea.
Okay, so this is...
I mean, his dunk's a bit... So here's the problem, though, right? So Flea jumps in, gets a beautiful Echo Slam, right? He's got to stay alive long enough to get the other Echo Slam off.
Yeah.
Unless, well, what do we have? Do we have buyback left on him? Everybody's been buying back. No, he doesn't. So it's not going to be the case where, like, he dies and then he tries to, buy back later on and have it up again. So he's got to be careful in the way that he uses this for sure.
Yeah. He does have double BKB, though. So
That's true. That's true.
I think...
Right now, a lot of that damage is actually coming out from this, this Mr. Timbersaw.
When look at it for the R, he actually has the Aghanim Scepter, so he's gonna be able to time lapse the
That's huge.
even the Shaker.
That's really huge, actually.
Yeah.
I do like that pickup on him.
And Warlock getting close to level 25, so that is...
This is such a roller coaster of a game. Look at this.
Yeah, and...
Makes it so exciting.
He's also pretty close to his Aghanim Scepter. Already has 3 components, only needs the point booster. Did the Elk gift anyone else another eggs?
That's a good question, actually. I don't see one. There's not one on the Crystal
Venomancer has
Maiden. Yeah, Venomancer's probably the
So,
next best candidate for it.
yeah.
Give him a little extra stats, too, as well, right?
Poor Forev.
Poor Pharrell. Taking one for the team.
Yeah. Alright, so they have everything but the Golem, so I think they'll probably use that smoke. Oh, the eggs is completed on. I think you can smoke after you have the Chaotic Offering again. Now this time you want to kill Moo because the buyback on the Alchemist is pretty much back, right? Let me just double check here.
I like this too. Did you just notice they moved the Refresher Shard over to Lelis now? Because he's most likely going to be standing the furthest back in the fights. Because like I said, if you give it to Flea, you know, he's got great positioning, he's had good slams, but the probability of him just getting obliterated once he's in the middle of everything is quite high. So if you've got that rock that you can drop over here from the Warlock and he's sitting far enough back, you can drop it twice fairly easily as long as you don't have anyone chasing around. Ooh, immediately blinking away.
Oh,
Rev doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. Not like this. Or staffs himself forward. March coming around the corner. Notices, all right, he's out. He's out. We're fine.
Very tense game right now.
Oh my gosh, it's so stressful right now. You know, I'm out I'm used to, you know, casting at home, right? And like we're in shorts and stuff. I'm in a skirt right now. Normally I'd be like all bunched up, just like, oh my god, like sitting on my knees practically, and I'm like, can't do that right now. Well, these are the type of games I love, though, Bowie. I love when it's close, and anything can just, like, one fight can just turn the tide. Look at this. They come around the corner. They're going to have to take out some of these little wards. They've got this vision over here. They know that there's quite a bit. Lon blinks forward here, wants to get himself out. March immediately. Going to use that Glimmer Cloak.
Just gives me the chills because I remember Flea playing the South American qualifiers for TI. He's such a clutch player in the late game.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he is.
So
Absolutely. Oh, those games were so good. It made me so mad that they didn't get 2 slots.
Yeah.
Because they were definitely, both of those teams, worthy of them.
Yeah, they were so equal. The game was pretty much a TI finals on its own for South America, I guess.
Right?
Yeah, or small TI. All right, so it doesn't look like they're gonna pressure that much. They, I'm not sure if they're waiting for any specific items. The Weaver does have the eggs now, so they can, you know, try to go for a bait play. I'm not sure if they ever showed these eggs, so the time lapse could prove to be very useful. They also have the refresher eggs on.
I feel like they've been targeting CCNC pretty hard, like during a lot of these fights too, so it might just be reserved for him. BKB gets picked up on the Phantom Lancer too. Pain X. They're getting geared up for battle.
Oh, double damage though. It's gonna respawn top. Let's see if they can give it to... I guess the Alchemist is a better hero. Maybe a free tier 2 bottom it looks like for Ritsu.
I do like too that they've got these boots of travel over on the Shrek. So he can kind of push out a wave. They want to make sure that, you know, that things don't get pushed too far in, because the Alk does have the capability of doing a little bit of routing, as does the Venomancer. So he can just kind of rejoin the rest of his team when they're getting ready to have that fight.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, if they win a fight and a lane is pushing bottom, he can instantly TP there and make so much structural damage. Force buybacks.
Look at all these scythes, too. We've got a scythe on the Venomancer. Who else had a scythe? I think it was the Timber, right? Timber has a scythe. Got BKBs coming out the wazoo now. Thistle Blade online too for Ritsu. That's going to be pretty big for them. They can kind of burst down the Alchemist. What do we have? Do we have... no, we don't.
Yeah, and Alchemist actually already maxed out. He has the travels in the backpack here. The only thing he can do is give an eggs.
Oh no, March.
Well, they
Just TP's out. They get the kill on the courier though here. There's going to be the Hex getting used. That should be enough to take down Mulan.
Alright.
We got the Hex over on the, I think he had that though earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many Hexes in this game. I mean, we're 55 minutes in, so that makes sense.
I actually like that the Treant gets the 2-second tree respawn time. After all, they do have the teamers on their team, so wants to make sure there's trees ready.
Just enabling him the entire time. I like it. I like it. For sure.
Yeah, it's good for both, right? Not only there's gonna be trees for move, but he also has the trees to stay in this.
There's so much gold over on rates there.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to buyback. Oh.
He could go for a Silver Edge now, but he doesn't have courier, so that's probably why he didn't go for it yet.
Move, just TP's out. I think he'll find him in time. Yeah, he actually goes down instead of across, so it's a little bit close because he does have that Abyssal Blade.
Yeah. Okay, they do buy a smoke onto the Crystal Maiden. Not sure if they can go for any plays though.
Oh, they jump and they manage to land it on two different heroes. Follow with the chakra, they'll go and they'll drop that rock, but it doesn't matter. They'll just be able to take down that Earthshaker so quickly. They'll turn back around. Moo just chasing after CCNC will be able to go, and he uses that Lotus Orb, turns into a piggy, but CCNC has the BKB up, and there's going to be March. He's trying to do as much damage as he can. They'll actually go and cancel out, using that Abyssal over here onto this Crystal Maiden. They'll take her out. But they're still giving chase now to Bryle. He's still alive. There's going to be the buyback coming out from the tree. This is looking like it would be a really nice time to go and drop it out. They've got the Golem, so and it looks like Bryle is going to try to force tap himself forward, get through these chakras. It does too much damage. Be able to take him down. Does have that buyback up, though. And now Moo rolling around in circles here. Just chopping down trees left and right. Another buyback coming out. Weaver's bought back. Alchemist is bought back. They're not ready to... Look at all of these golems. What is this parade? Oh my goodness, it is like Macy's parade over here with all these big guys.
Okay, so I'm not even sure who won. Like, I felt so bad because Flea didn't have buyback when he died there, but since Lelis had one, they were able to actually...
Oh, Lelis. Chakrams left and right, my friend. You are in trouble. Nice time lapse coming out from DR. It doesn't matter, though. Does not matter. There's just one more golem to add to the pile, though, right? They've got, how many of these guys still?
6.
You know? They're starting a new colony here. Slow him down. Yeah. Just, alright. Alright.
They do cut the wave bottom, so I think CCNC, he could TP bottom. Do you try and trade this?
He does a lot of damage, but I don't know. It's pretty spooky stuff right now. Ritsu gets dashes right away. There's going to be the Abyssal to follow up. They go and they use that BKB. And it looks like Moo, though, he's just so tanky. He's got so much longevity here. He's got that Lotus. They've actually charging up over here on Bryle in case they get a little too cheeky and they want to chase. We'll just go and man to dodge that stun and back themselves out.
This game is so tense, Moxie.
I know. I love it. I love it.
They get 6 golems and no one, like...
And they can't take the...
Any barracks.
No.
Oof.
No.
Alright, so Refresher onto the Alchemist. So he's gonna have double BKB, I guess? Triple concoction?
I mean, you do what you gotta do to win, right? Huh. He's so loaded up, too. So Crystal Maiden gonna be able to get herself a Blink Dagger fairly soon. I would like to see an Ags on her eventually, because these BKBs are gonna start, you know, running down. And they didn't have any good, really, stuns that time. If you notice, the, I believe they had to use the Abyssal on the Crystal Maiden during her, her Dance of Her People, I think. She could have just gotten a lucky dash. I'm not 100% sure here, but yeah, Bryle over here doing a little bit of baiting.
Yeah, no buyback.
No buyback. They want this. There's a lot of people standing nearby. They'll turn around. They've got that sheepstick over here onto Lishrax. CCNC BKB's getting popped left and right here. Both Ritsu and, of course, 4DR are going to be able to do it. They'll be able to take down Milan. They take down CCNC, and it looks like, oh, there's going to be a big dunk coming out. And again, March, he's trying to just get as much damage as possible, but they'll go and they'll turn their attention over onto this Crystal Maiden. They will eventually be able to take March down. Maybe, maybe. No, he's still alive. They can't fight underneath all of that, but with 60-something hit points, Ritsu, can he get out in time? He's not going to be able to. They're going to take him out. Oh my gosh. Buyback comes out now from Phantom Lancer. He's not willing to give up without a fight because they could very easily get eliminated right now. Moo is just so tanky right now. But their buyback coming out here from Flea. He's looking for that opening. He's got the fissure. Will be able to land again, and they're going to follow up with that rock drop. They're still putting a lot of damage over here onto this Timber Saw, but it's just so hard to take him down. They've got the Abyssal here. Might actually be able to blow, but look at the stun coming out from Ryle. We'll slow them down just a little bit. Moo's just going to be able to disengage completely, and there's going to be the blink out coming here from Forev. He's still alive, and they might just go right back in again. I don't know. They're thinking about it. They're feeling pretty good right now. They're trying to take down all of these magic immune golems. They're just golems left, golem right. It's the whole Oprah. You get a golem, and you get a golem. Everybody's getting golems right now, and Roche is up. They don't have any of these big ol' spells available to them right now. It's on cooldown. Do they even, I don't know if they can contest this, Bowie. I mean, they need maybe a little bit more damage here, but they'll send in some of these illusions. Gonna scout out Forev, hiding out here. Does have that synthetic axe. They're looking, they jump forward again. BKB coming out, Moo trying to just put as much damage as they can onto Rito. Can they actually take him down? They get a nice lucky bash here, though, with the break coming through. He's got the Lotus Rope. They'll finally take him down, but now it looks like Lelis, he's gonna get taken out. He's got another golem friend, though. He's gonna be all right. The buyback comes out from the Timber Saw. They see a nice opening here. They probably want to go for this Roach immediately. Comes right back into the fray, and they go right into this pit.
Can they do it fast enough? They don't
that
have
is
the
a big
best
question.
heroes.
They do have the Echo Slam on Flea.
Yeah.
And he's been so good with these. I do like they're placing some wards around, so if he tries to blink himself forward, it's going to be pretty difficult. They've also got Milan in position in case, you know, they try to go for the smoke play, and I think this is going to be a Roshan for them.
Even with 40 yards spawning, it doesn't look like it's going to be fast enough.
It's just not going to be fast enough.
All right, so there's going to be double refresher. Alchemist has one. I guess they're going to give the second one to Forever, right? I think that's the best play. Maybe.
Look, I even picked up the A on Disco Board Forever because it's been so difficult. But yeah, we do see the refresher shard, and the cheese has been given over to Forever. He's got his, like,
okay.
look at just, my goodness. Oh my goodness, Bowie.
This is probably one of the craziest games I've ever cast.
I love it. I love it. I mean, that's saying something, right? Because we cast South American Dota, and that stuff gets absolutely wild. But this has been so hype. We've got 62 minutes on the board right now. I think all of just these plays, just waiting patiently, watching Flea, watching Lelis, watching, you know, I love how they've been grouping up and trying to, like, you know, put a lot of pressure over here on Moo, but the second that they group up and the second that those BKBs are down, Ryle jumps forward and he's got that, you know, unstable concoction. You've got this Crystal Maiden, March just playing this really patiently and really well, waiting until all the attention is placed on someone else, jumping forward with the Ghost Scepter and doing the dance of his people. It's just, oh, it's beautiful.
Check the CM. She's very close to that BKB you want to see. Already has the
He's
level.
got the Ags too. Like, that's just so good. All right, Hex comes out. CCNC. He's always just a little bit too far forward. Just trying to push out these waves. I get it. You don't want to allow them to get into your base because these fights have just been so difficult once they're actually at your door knocking. But
so the freezing field is actually amazing versus the Phantom Lancer, because it applies frostbite on everyone, and it's a longer duration frostbite. So
did you get that talent too? Yeah.
When the BKB is done,
No,
I would like to see JSTorm waiting for the BKB. Actually, I think it's gonna be so clutch.
That's the plus 60 freezing. Oh my gosh. I just like how Timbersaw just like zooms through. They actually use the ultimate right here just on Phantom Lancer alone. They really want to take down Ritsu if they can. They're going to follow up here.
Time-lapse.
They've got so much nice time lapses. We'll be able to save Ritsu so he can walk himself back, but he actually pops that BKB, which is pretty scary now, especially when you consider the fact, hey, look at March. March has freezing field and has been getting some really beautiful ultimates. So if he tries to come forward, if he's focusing anyone that isn't the Crystal Maiden, really. It's going to be very, very difficult for him to get anything done with that BKB being down.
Oh, and actually, Venomancer ended up going for the 800 Poison Nova AoE. You pretty much never see that, but I guess against PL, you just want to be sure you just get everything.
You want to hit everything. Well, I mean, also, you know, you've got the
Ags plus the refresher.
Ags plus refresher. Like, you are a biological weapon, 100%.
So, any new items here? It looks like the Warlock's going for
They're all like so capped out too. Everyone just wants that buyback, right, for the most part.
Oh, like, Shaker has a refresher of his own too. Flea. So farmed.
I'm not sure how, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I feel like he jumps in and then they'll just sheep him immediately, burst him down, and then follow up. He does have a BKB though, right? Still, yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It's just that you don't have a lot of options. I guess the Ags is okay, but the Timbersaw is so mobile that it's actually hard to get those Ancient Totems onto him.
Right. And you don't want to be focusing Timbersaw anyway.
Yeah.
But everyone else, you know, other than poor Forev, who has to kind of be in the middle of literally everyone. In fact, they go and they have that Bloodthorn too. They do manage to pop the Aeon Disc here. And he does pop his own ultimate. That Poison Nova is on cooldown for a little bit now, but he's got the refresher. So they can go right back in again if they like. And look at Moo, he just feels so good right now. He's got himself that, oh, just needs to be careful though. He's got that Lotus Orb up and running. He's trying to Timber Chain out. Can he get out actually? It's not looking good. They actually popped that Aegis. Coming right back up again. There's a big dunk coming out from Flea. He's got that BKB, and again, Moo, he's back up. He's trying to just fight his way through, but there's just so much damage because they follow up with that dunk. And again, there comes out another Echo, but Moo, he just walks away. Bryo now in for a little bit of trouble. He pops his own BKB. There it is. There's the Dance of the People with the BKB coming out from March, but they just skirt around it. He's going to be able to just dodge a little bit. He's taking a lot of damage from those golems too. Ritsu turns back around. He's got his eyes over onto Forev. Moo is here. There's a Fissure though. It blocks them in a little bit, and there's going to be a beautiful stable concoction landing, but this still looks like they're going to lose Forev. Can he get out in time? He's just body blocked in here. He manages to force step himself down to the low ground. Ritsu, he's going to try to go for the dunk, but it's not going to be enough. Moo chasing after Ritsu. Ritsu, can he make it out? The sheep's coming out. Milan, they just punch him down. A triple kill coming out from Moo. And now there it is, just rolling around here. That yo-yo of death. You mad because I am. But you know who's not? JSTorm. There's the GG, Bowie.
Oh man, it was such a close game. He got the refresher echo, but they were just a little bit too farmed on JSTorm. Those heroes were so hard to bring down, and like as we said, the PL was not the strongest hero in the late game, and it just felt so hard for Ritsu. He tried his best, had so much gold, but he couldn't really lock everyone down. So many things to deal with.
My heart is going like a mile a minute right now. Oh my god, what a way to end a game. Oh, that was beautiful. You know, it looked so close. Like, Forev was going to get taken down during that. And then he just got forced step down to the low ground. And then you've just got BKBs popping everywhere. And just Lotus Orbs and just Sheep Sticks. And Ritsu almost looked like he was going to make it out. I'm so, like, oh my gosh. I'm so, like, still so excited.
Yeah,
I don't even have the words. I am too, right? Right? In fact, let's switch it over to cams really quick so everyone can see just how absolutely, like, oh my gosh, it was so awesome. It was so awesome.
It was a great showing by PainX. I think, like, considering how far behind they were in terms of momentum, they were able to bounce back, hold for so long. We saw the double goal and so many buybacks this game. It was, yeah, like, you can see the win rate. I'm not even sure. Yeah, the win rate was actually on PainX for a decent amount of time, right?
Yeah, no. It's you know, you look at this graph, and it was such a close game. In fact, hold on one sec. I'll switch back. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Okay.
We're going back and forth because we're just super jazzed about all of this. But like, if you look at the graphs, you know, it's starting to look a little bit towards PainX. Things were looking okay, and then it kind of bounced back up, bounced down. You look at like the player net worth, like just, you know, Alchemist climb, kind of went dip back down again. Like, it was just such an exciting series.
Yeah, and the Aghanim Scepter is definitely making a difference, right?
Oh
when they actually added this feature, everyone was like, it's kind of a meme. It doesn't really do much. But when you have a Timbersaw, when you have that Venomancer just, you know, doing so much, it really gave them the chance to actually take PainX. The BKBs, they couldn't handle the duration of the Poison Nova, and PainX, they just didn't have the sustain. They ended up falling.
I'm so excited for this JSTorm team. Like, I'm really glad, because I know they were March Out of Army. Like, just until recently, they just got picked up. And they're just playing so well together. I'm so excited because I believe the next match then is going to be JSTorm versus the winner of
Was
Full versus
Complexity
Star?
versus, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened with that match just yet, but Bowie and I are going to take a moment and compose ourselves again after that incredible match. But congratulations going out to JSTorm. They're going to be going further here in the upper bracket. And we will be back, guys. And make sure you stick around because this NA qual has been amazing so far.
Bye.